Detectives managed to solve a brutal murder, and now this accused killer is behind bars. Good evening, everybody. Detectives and forensic experts from the Cincinnati Police Department spent an exhaustive 4th of July going over a brutal crime scene in Roselawn.
Local 12 News broke the story about what turned out to be the bizarre murder of 54-year-old Tammy Wiley yesterday morning. And barely 24 hours later, her alleged killer is behind bars. Local 12's Rich Jaffe joins us now from the Hamilton County Jail, where Kayle Taylor is locked up. Rich.
Cammie, Kayle Taylor, according to investigators, broke into Tammy Wiley's apartment sometime on July 3rd. He then wrapped her head up with duct tape, and she died a short time later. The nagging question remains, why? In court for a first appearance this morning, Kayle Taylor's charged with aggravated murder and aggravated burglary for allegedly killing his downstairs neighbor, Tammy Wiley. He listened quietly as the prosecutor laid out some of the case against him.
The victim being found deceased in her bedroom on the floor. Her head was bound with duct tape. Several items that were stolen from her apartment, including cologne, duct tape, a container of change, and clothing that were taken from her residence were found during the execution of a search warrant inside the defendant's residence.
A family member found Tammy Wiley's tape-wrapped body in the apartment early Monday morning and called police. Uniformed officers, detectives, and crime scene specialists descended on the tiny building. They worked the scene relentlessly into the evening. We were there as police interviewed Kayle Taylor before he was an official suspect. His uncle told me they had multiple cars on the property and were having a problem with tools being stolen. They thought Wiley was involved with the thefts. Just before noon, police took Taylor downtown for further interviews. A short time later, they found items of interest in this white SUV, one of the vehicles which belongs to Taylor. They also pored over the contents of trash cans, photographing numerous items as possible evidence. Taylor's uncle told me he's a nice guy who isn't street smart. Today, other family members were in court for his appearance and to hear his bond, set at $500,000. Now, Tammy Wiley does have, to some degree, a criminal history. It includes a little bit of prison time on drug charges. However, I spoke with her family members today, and they told me that, to their knowledge, she was not actively involved with illegal drugs. They did tell me, however, that she was currently battling cancer, and she was, they thought, making the best of it. They were not planning any funerals until now. At the Justice Center, Rich Jaffe, Local 12 News. Cammie?
All right, Rich, thank you. And the case against Kayle Taylor will be going to a Hamilton County grand jury on July 14th. At this point, the coroner's office says it's not ready to release anything on Wiley's cause of death.